On the last Friday of November, the town of Eeden Hill felt like it had slipped out of reality. Mist hugged the pavements, the street lamps flickered like dying stars, and the air smelled faintly of burned leaves. The library clock struck 10:03 p.m. Amelia Shaw zipped up her coat. Shivering as the temperature fell, she had stayed behind after revision, desperate to cram for her final exam. Her parents once told her, "Nothing good ever happens in Eeden Hill after 10. She used to laugh at that. Not anymore. The librarians locked up, leaving Amelia to walk the long path home alone. The only sound was the tap of her shoes on the pavement. Houses slept behind dark windows. Even dogs didn't bark anymore. Halfway down Cliffside Lane, she heard it, a voice faint, shaky, drifting through the fog like breath on glass. Amelia, she froze. No one should have known she was out here. Her heart hammered, each beat echoing in her skull. She turned nothing but empty road and mist. She tried to convince herself it was her imagination, stress, exhaustion, lack of sleep, anything logical. She picked up her pace. The voice came again. Amelia Shaw. This time it was clearer. Female, weak, like someone drowning in their own words. Amelia spun around. A figure stood at the curve of the road, tall, thin, wrapped in tattered clothing that fluttered like burnt paper. A woman, or something shaped like one. Her head tilted unnaturally, chin nearly touching her shoulder. Her eyes were bottomless. A wrongness leaked from her like poison in the air. Amelia stumbled back. The woman stepped forward, not walking, but dragging one foot in a limp, scraping motion. Limp. Drag. Limp. Are you lost? Amelia whispered. The woman blinked, her neck cracking back into place like snapped wood. Then she spoke with a voice that seemed 2 seconds out of sync with her lips. Where is she? Amelia didn't know why, but the question hollowed her out. The woman took a step closer, breath sounding like wind leaking from a grave. Where is my daughter? Amelia ran. She sprinted past shuttered shops and darkened windows until she reached home. Her mother flung the door open the moment she heard Amelia's frantic knocks. What happened? You look like you've seen. Amelia cut her off. Mom, someone followed me. A woman. She kept asking where her daughter is. Her mother's face drained of color. Inside, she whispered. Now. They locked every door and curtain. Her father stood by the fireplace, unmoving, jaw clenched like he was swallowing memories. You shouldn't have spoken to her, he muttered. What do you mean? Amelia asked, voice trembling. There's an old story, her father said, about a woman named Agatha Gray. 40 years ago, her daughter disappeared walking home from school. They never found her, not a trace. People said Agatha lost her mind searching, wandered the lanes every night, asking the same question. Where is she? One night, her mother continued, Agatha vanished too. But some say she still searches. Anyone who answers her disappears. Amelia's blood ran cold. She hadn't just answered, she pointed. That night, the house didn't feel like a home. It felt watched. Amelia lay in bed, but sleep refused to come. The wind clawed at her window like fingertips. At 3:11 a.m., her bedroom door creaked open on its own. She sat up. A second later, the covers at the foot of her bed sank, as if someone unseen had perched there. Amelia couldn't scream, couldn't breathe. Cold fingers brushed her ankle. Then the voice whispered right beside her ear. Where is she? The window shattered inward as if struck by invisible force. Her parents burst into the room, shouting her name, but they were too late. She was gone. Teleportation, the police called it. Abduction, some suggested. Possession, whispered the neighbors. But none of them were correct. Amelia was still in Eeden Hill, just not in the version of it the living could see. She woke on the old lane again, but the world was wrong. Street lamps swayed like nooses. Houses leaned at impossible angles. Every shadow twitched. The air froze before it reached her lungs. The road was lined with faces. Not people, but imprints, like fingerprints, of souls pressed into reality, trapped, watching. The woman in tatters stood inches away, up close. Amelia saw her face clearly, grief carved into skin, sorrow fossilized into bone. She had been crying for decades. You pointed, the woman rasped. So now, you must show me. I don't know where your daughter is, Amelia whispered, The woman's head twisted, jaw cracking open wider than humanly possible. Then find her. And suddenly, Amelia was no longer on the lane. She was in a small, dust-choked bedroom. Toys lay untouched, covered in 40 years of regret. On the wall, in faded crayon, "Mummy will find me." A small music box sat on the floor. When Amelia lifted it, the lid snapped open. A girl's voice sang, "I hid because he was coming, and Mummy didn't make it in time." A man's shadow crossed the window. A scream tore through the house. Blood hit the wallpaper. Amelia saw everything. The kidnapping, the struggle, the townspeople who covered it up. The real monster was never Agatha. It was the town, and her spirit had been searching ever since. Amelia understood now. Agatha hadn't been hunting people, she had been begging for help. Every person she asked ran away. No one listened. No one cared. Amelia knelt before her. "I'll help you find her. I promise." For the first time, the ghost stopped shaking. The air softened. She guided Amelia to the edge of the old mill on the hill, a place sealed for decades. They pushed open the rusted doors, and the smell of rot rolled out like fog. There, beneath the floorboards, was a child's skeleton curled like she fell asleep, waiting to be found. Agatha collapsed, sobbing. Her voice wasn't ghostly now, just a mother breaking. "I'm so sorry. I'm here now, my sweet girl. I'm here." Warm glow wrapped around them. Agatha fading as she held her daughter's remains. She was finally leaving this world. But then Agatha turned to Amelia, and she smiled. A mother cannot move on alone. Before Amelia understood, the glow wrapped around her too. It wasn't warmth, it was chains. Agatha vanished freed. Amelia remained trapped in her place. Now, she is the one who wanders Eeden Hill at night. Not a ghost of rage, a ghost of duty. Searching, whispering to strangers on the road, voice shaking with sorrow. "Where is my mother?" And when they point, they take her place.